Welcome to Colorful Journeys of Success. Listen to and watch our fascinating guests as they share colorful stories of success and how they help inspire. Now, here's Claire, the color wheeling lady and our host.
Welcome to Colorful Journey of Success. I'm so glad that you joined us. And I'm Claire Mullen, the host, and I would love to introduce to you a gentleman that I've met. He's inspiring, and his name is Sachin, and I'll let him introduce all of the different titles that he has. So it's my pleasure, again, to welcome Sachin. Sachin?
Nice to meet you.
Thank you so much for joining Colorful Journey of Success. And you certainly have a lot to say. Introduce yourself and all of your titles, and where did you come from? You're a special person.
Thank you. So I'm native from India, and then I'm a physician by training in India, and then I studied Ayurveda and yoga, meditation, so more like holistic natural modalities, and then using mind-body approach for health and healing. So there is kind of lot of surge of stressful life and then lot of conflicts. So using simple techniques can ease a lot of people's lives and then bring a lot of health and happiness, well-being for everybody. That's the vision I had since the beginning. And then calmness makes things much easier. And then how to kind of gain self-control and then same time help other people to achieve the same, so that they can prosper into their whole functionality. So that's the kind of basis of these whole services. And
Sounds
then
wonderful.
How it started is kind of, I remember a story told my grandfather. So there was a boy, and then his father called him and he said, I'm getting old, and then what you will need when I'm gone. So the boy said it's very simple. So he actually took a piece of paper, and then he wrote there saying, I need a car, I need a house, I need job, you know. So the father said, oh, this is very easy to give and fulfill. Same time, he wrote there peace of mind and health. And he said, even if I give you all this you want, if you do not have peace of mind and health, can you make use of this? So you realize that in life, if you have peace of mind and health, everything else you can create as a result of that. And then initially, because I grew up in a family environment which has yoga and meditation as part of daily routine, I never realized that many people are not that privileged who do not have access to these simple tools and technique. So when I went to med school, I started using it more into a therapeutic manner, customizing it to a lot of people. So most of the time, a lot of people think yoga is standing on one leg or yoga upside down, right? So then you realize yoga is not just that. Yoga includes a lot of variety of tools and technique, and then how you use them, which actually useful for the personalized manner. So that way, somebody needs more calming, somebody needs more stretching, somebody needs more therapeutic approach, somebody might need some breathing techniques, and then you use what is kind of more useful for them. And then the more specialized I became, I realized that even if you give the modern excellent guideline for somebody, sustenance is the key. Most people, they fall off when you actually start.
Well, I think what you did the other day, just when we first met, I thought was just wonderful, absolutely fantastic. So, and I thought, for sure, I wanted you to give us just a little bit of a demonstration.
Sure. So there are a variety of techniques, but this technique is so simple. So usually your voice and breath, these are the common tools which are used traditionally. So your, again, voice is dependent on your breath. So if your breath is stronger, your voice is stronger. So most of the time, our mind and body, they can collaborate with a bridge, that is your breath. So when you are upset, you start breathing shallow. When you are happy, you start breathing slow. So it's kind of as simple as that.
Repeat that one more time.
So
because I think that's
when
really
you are not really happy or in good space, you start breathing shallow when you feel the stress.
Okay.
And then when you feel perfectly in balance, you feel very deep, and then you don't need to breathe that faster. And then any kind of the mind-body approach really starts with the focus of the breathing. And then, so that technique, what I shared with you, was a very old, simple technique which really creates the mindfulness of this mind-body connection instantly.
Well, just for a moment, would you just kind of like give us about 30 seconds of what you did?
Yeah, it's very simple. So let's do it together.
Oh, okay.
So you bring the right palm forward, and then as you breathe in, you just inflate your belly button and then go as wide you can. And then when you breathe out, you just bring it back in and then suck your stomach in. So you can do it with the other palm and then bring it all the way out. And then when you breathe out, so bring it back in and then rest.
I think you do this better than I do.
And now let's do it with both. So you go all the way, expand, and then you just breathe out and then bring it back in. So how that feels.
I thought that was great. But then you also did something with your face.
Right. So that's the second part is now you notice how we look at the world is our windows to the world is through the five senses.
Oh.
So do you know which five senses are? So the vision, smell, taste, ears, the hearing, and then the touch. So all those five senses can be found together in one place in the body. That's your head, neck, and face area. So what we do is we actually connect with our palms to all these senses and then bring them in balance instantly. So see, you cover the eyes with the middle three fingers, and then you bring the pinkies on the chin, and then you plug the ears with the thumb. So see, I'm going to breathe in, and then when you breathe out, you hum. Like that, right? So let's do it again. So breathe in, and then breathe out. Like that.
Thank you very much.
And
I
then,
think that.
and then when you come out, you always come out with the little palming. So when we touch our face, it just feels calming.
That's a perfect example of just a minute or so to demonstrate something, a typical exercise, correct?
Exactly.
Yes. So, but let's go back to what your stories were now. I want to ask you, what was your success story? Because Colorful Journeys is all about being successful.
Right. So the success, I think, is being able to reach lives of many people and then making change into their lives on various levels. So I work with all the age groups, you can see, from children to the seniors, and then we offer a variety of mind-body programs. And the mind-body programs are kind of just creating the bliss in their life. So I was fortunate to kind of been affiliated and been trained with many accomplished people. So like one of my teacher was Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, so who I grew up when I was smaller. And then as time grew up, I realized that how blessed I was to be able to share all this wisdom from an early age. And then eventually I decided to create a similar what I received. So when you think of other people, you actually succeed more. And then the motto my grandfather taught me.
Well, I think your story is really well taken, and because we have such a short time to share, and there's so much to say. Really, there's so much to say. Give us your thought. You said something about how you were a physician in India with a license there and a specialty there, and then you came out to America, and that changed.
Yes. So most of the time, anybody who come from foreign countries, they have to get a licensing in America. So it's a process which is very standardized. And then because I work in this different field, which is more like mind-body, I actually decided to work more into wellness area. And then there is so much kind of interest and Also kind of it makes more easier because there are many people who offer the other aspect of it. But
yes,
there
I
are
can
many
see that.
few people actually who had this type of background which you can actually share with a lot of people.
So can you see yourself maybe 25 years from now? What do you think you're going to be doing?
So my goal is really in 25 years is hopefully to make everybody aware of what yoga is, take away the lot of concerns and myths about yoga. And then second thing is kind of help people so that nobody should be stressed and they should enjoy their whole full potential. And we call it more like live in total knowledge. So
Maybe you'll have your own television show too.
maybe
Wouldn't-
with your blessings.
Well, you have my blessing. How's that?
Thank you.
That's an automatic. But excuse me, you'll have to make sure that you give me a lifelong yoga treatment. But you know, it's fascinating where you are giving yourself so much to in so many ways. And it's so simple. It seems like it's very simple.
It is because
It's not complicated, is it?
no, because what happens when you remember with gratitude that even the single meal which we eat is made by somebody, so it comes from different farmers, different sources, somebody else put together, somebody serves you. Same way, when you start thinking of other people, you already get supported in the spirit. So you never feel tired, and then it requires little patience. So there is a small story which goes in patience. So the man went to God and he said, I have everything I need. Only thing I miss is I do not have patience. So God said, it's very easy. I can give you patience. But the man said, give it to me now. So you know what I mean.
Yes, yes,
So-
I understand.
So
I
the
understand.
acceptance is what really makes us different. And then most of the struggles and conflict, they come from non-acceptance. And then I believe that diversity, it's come from the unification, and the unity comes from the diversity.
Well, it all makes sense because you make it seem so logical. So, but listen, we have about 1 minute to go, and I want to say thank you very,
Well,
very
thank
much.
you so much.
Thank you for sharing your knowledge. That's fascinating. We'll have to just do another show sometime with a little more time. You can give us so much more information.
Thank you.
So I wish you the best of luck. I really do, in your goals and your dreams and hoping and helping other people. Thank you so much. I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed. And I'm so glad that I met you. This is inspiring.
Right.
Do you have one word of wisdom you'd like to leave with the viewers?
The simple wisdom is today and now.
Simple wisdom is today and now. All right, very good. Well, again, thank you so much for joining Colorful Journey of Success.
Yeah.
And God love you. And
Yeah, thank you for inviting. No.
okay. And if you have an idea, if any of you out there have an idea that you'd like to certainly know more about him, and if you'd like to actually be interviewed and have an idea yourself, I'd love to know what your idea is and interview you. So bye for now. Bye.